What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel. My name's Cody. I go by Code. This video is going to be going over a recent push day that I had. If you don't know what push days are, that primarily targets tricep and chest. So any pushing movements. Beginning this workout, started off with some heavy weight, at least heavy weight to me. I do fat training, PHAT training. I'll go over that a little bit more in depth later. But I pretty much on my workouts try to start off with moderately heavy weight, or heavy weight to me, for the first 2, maybe 3 exercises, depending on what the day calls for. So here I'm doing a flat bench dumbbell press. So the reason why I do a flat bench dumbbell press is because I try to stay away from barbell bench. I don't want any muscle imbalances, and I try to want to fix any current muscle imbalances I have, so I use free weights when it comes to that. Here's a little tip for you that don't know how to properly bench press. If you pay attention, watch my shoulders. You'll see me kind of squirm back and forth, and then you'll see me kind of dig with my shoulders. That's me digging into the bench, retracting my scapula. What that does is it really helps me grip onto the bench, so it keeps me more stable and I'm not falling off or rolling over off of the bench. It also helps to really target the pectoral muscles, so you're not really incorporating a lot of shoulder. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this exercise, isn't it? To pretty much target your pecs. But anyways, you know, it's also a safety thing, so it comes naturally to me to just do that. Here on this, I'm doing a decline dumbbell press. Again, trying to focus on, you know, any muscle imbalances. This exercise, I really don't feel it too much in my lower chest. I don't know if that's just a lack of mind-muscle connection with this exercise or what. I really feel it along the sides, the lower sides of my chest when I'm doing. Also, if you notice this, I've got my elbows slightly tucked in, almost to where it's like a V formation. The reason why that is if you notice with a lot of new lifters, if they're doing a bench press, you'll see them have their elbows flared out. You don't want to do that. What that's causing and what that's doing is that's putting a lot of unnecessary stress on your shoulders. So you don't want to mess up your rotator cuffs. The point of this exercise is to target your pectoral muscles. So if you slightly put an angle on them, almost tuck them in. Don't tuck them in too far. Just tuck them in a little bit. You'll really feel it a whole lot more on when it comes to your pecs. Now this applies not only to decline, it also applies to incline. It also applies to flat bench as well. And 2, you might notice I don't really go all the way up with this dumbbell exercise. Actually, all my dumbbell exercises I don't do this. You don't see me lock out. The reason why that is, I come pretty close to locking out, but I don't lock out. Whenever you're locking out on an exercise, you're putting a lot of stress on that joint, and I don't want to mess up my elbows. I've lifted for 7 years now, and the first couple of years I didn't know this stuff. I didn't really dive into it. I just hit the gym. I watched some YouTube videos. I didn't really do any research, and I was putting a lot of stress on my elbows. And I'd come home, or the next day I would be like, man, why are my elbows hurting so bad? Well, it's because I was locking them out. Do not lock your elbows out. Same thing if you're on a leg press, do not lock your legs out. You know, you could really seriously injure yourself. I injured my patellar tendon one time doing, to me, lightweight. I was only doing like 250 pounds on a leg press, and something caught my attention. I looked over my shoulder, and I accidentally locked out my legs, and that's all it took. It messed up my patellar tendon, and it took a good while. It took probably about 10 months for that to fix, for that to heal, I should say. Anyways, on to the next movement. I don't really know what the proper term for this exercise is. I just call it a close grip dumbbell press. I believe I picked this up from Jim Stepani. If you don't know who he is, check out his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great tips and advice. But what this does is it targets the upper interior pectoral muscle, and it works. It does wonders. It works so well that it kind of throws off the rest of my upper chest. But you can't do heavy weight with it, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so this is moved on to the next exercise. I believe it's called a cross press movement. What this is doing is it's targeting, I really feel it along the outside. I feel a little bit on the inside of my chest too, but I feel a lot on the outside. But it's a good movement to incorporate if you've never used it before, or you don't have it in your workout. It's a good movement to have. Also too, this it's not really going to affect me, but for those of you that if you're going to do heavy weight with this, if you notice my wrist is bent back, you do not want that. Remember what I was just talking about, unnecessary stress on the joints? I didn't realize I was doing this. Do not do this. I'm doing light weight, so it's not really putting too much stress on the joint. I still feel it a ton in my chest. But if you, like I said, if you're going to do heavy weight with this, do not bend your elbow, or I'm sorry, your elbow. Do not bend your wrist back. Keep your wrist straight. That way, you're not going to end up having carpal tunnel or any other serious joint issues. I don't even know if you can have carpal tunnel from that, but I'm just saying. That way, you don't have any joint issues with your wrist. But yeah, this exercise I really like. I do it more so towards the end of my chest routine, just because I don't try not to do heavy weight with it. At the beginning, I'm doing heavy weight, and then throughout the later part of my workout, I'm trying to just do hypertrophy. I'm just trying to get a pump in, trying to build the muscle up. See, here I'm doing relatively lightweight, and it's still my chest is taxed. It's gone just about. So I mean, I don't even really have to do heavy weight at the end of my exercises because my chest it's gotten so much volume thrown at it. I've been lucky in 7 years of training to not sustain a major injury that's kept me out of the gym for an extended period of time. You want to push yourself, but you want to be smart about it too. The whole objective is to be fit and healthy, and you can't be healthy or fit if you're not going to the gym. So ego lifting, you need to set it aside, and you're going to end up getting hurt. I'd rather stay in the gym than be at home nursing an injury because I ego lifted. Anyways, to the last exercise. It's called a French press. I kind of feel like I've flared my elbows out a little too much on this, but that might be me overthinking. What you want to do, and this is another good one, you do not want to lock your elbows out. A lot of people are like, oh, you're not doing full range of motion, blah, blah, blah. Well, you're getting time under tension, and that helps. So, I mean, do what works for you, So this is pretty much going to conclude the video. If you got any comments, tips, advice, suggestions, whatever, you just want to talk, make sure you comment below. Please give the video a like. Please hit that subscribe button. And thank you for taking time out of your day, and enjoy the rest of your day.